You know, the funny thing is a lot of folks, when they hear the name Toro, they think about eToro. But did you know that there is actually a lender called Toro? And in today's conversation, I want to speak to you about a large business loan from Toro, $725,000 maximum limit, EIN only, no personal guarantee, no doc loan possible, bad credit okay, all industries. Fantastic. I want you to stick around till the end of today's conversation because I'm going to spill the beans and you're going to love what you're going to hear. I guarantee you. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Sweater Kiwi Show. How are you today? I hope you're all doing fantastic. I'm doing marvelous, if you got to ask me. If you are doing as great as I am, go grab a cup of coffee or tea or vodka and let's roll. In today's conversation, I want to speak to you about a large business loan from Toro, $725,000 maximum limit, EIN only, no personal guarantee, no documentation business loan possible, bad credit okay, all industries. Before we get into the actual video here, please understand that this video is purely educational and purely instructional. We have no association, no relationship with Toro. They have not paid us for this show. We're just trying to share some information, okay? So in this, so the types of business loan, you have business working capital and you have startup capital. So the amount up to $725,000, the APR will oscillate between a 4.25% and 29.99%. The fees are variable, term up to 10 years, and the time to funding 48 hours, okay? And there are no extra conditions. So when we speak about Toro, we have two major types of loans, right? So we have the business capital for existing businesses, and you have the startup capital. So the business capital for existing businesses, you have affordable payments. You have a one size that actually they actually customize the loan to your specific industry and your specific business capital situation. Okay, Toro, just for me to clarify things, Toro is not a direct lender. They do have a syndicate network of lenders. Okay, they are semi-lender and semi-syndicate. Okay, and they actually provide fixed term funding limits all the way to funding limits of $575,000. Okay, and you can get the cash in as little as 48 hours, and you can repay the money over 3 months to 24 months. It really depends. We've seen industries where they were able to go all the way to 10 years because of the transaction, because of the underlying collateral, if any, of the underlying property or the underlying transaction. All right, but long story short, with Toro, no paperwork, no assets, no appraisal, no headache. So as I said earlier, the possibility of a no doc business loan is real. You also have the startup capital. So here they actually will fund a startup that you have, and you can have you can use the money for a startup to increase your cash flows. You can purchase a business. Let's say you are trying to merge with an existing startup, or you want to buy a business that has a proprietary data and you're trying to move forward with your own startup. You can get some cash from Toro. Let me quickly talk to you about this lender. Folks, in this show, I am talking to you about a massive business loan, EIN only, from Toro Financial. Maximum credit limit, $725,000. Bad credit is okay, no personal guarantee, okay? So who is Toro? So the website is not Toro.com, it is gotoro.com, okay? And this is an alternative lender. This is what I want you to think about, an alternative lender. So they can provide fast capital for your growing business up to $575,000 for business expansion, working capital, emergency cash, or anything your thriving business needs. And they can provide up to $125,000 in startup capital. In some cases, they can go all the way to 200, even to 725. And we love the fact that with Toro, you have convenient online funding and you have a fast, secure, and reliable funding you can trust. Okay. And they've been doing this for the last 6 to 7 years. They've been doing this since 2015. Okay. So this is a legit business. This is a legit company that has helped thousands of business owners all across the United States. And we love the fact that Toro is basically they will. We love the fact that they will customize. You see, they will customize a funding solution for you. Now, here is a big decision time. Big decision time. Let me ask you a question. Have you borrowed from an alternative lender before? Do you have experience with alternative lenders? Talk to me. Talk to me right now. Have you thought about that? Because Toro Business Funding is not a bank, but an alternative financial service provider focusing on solving cash flow and working capital needs for small business clients. As I said before, they're not a bank, they're not a direct lender. So they're based in Salt Lake City, Utah, and they have been providing business funding solutions since 2015. And one thing you need to pay attention to when dealing with Toro is that you got to be real fast. If they ask you for information, you want to be fast. Their own system is very, very clear and very fast in terms of online application. Things are fast. But if they ask you for additional evidence, additional information, do not ghost them. You want to answer ASAP. So after evaluating, Toro on tens of criteria, including the loan variety, the loan amount generosity, the cost, the reputation, the customer service. Guess what? We assign this company a score of 9.5 over 10. Excellent. As a matter of fact, our judgment was corroborated by reviews on Trustpilot. So you can see on the screen here, they have garnered 500 reviews with an aggregate score of 4.8. Fantastic. Let me talk to you now about the eligibility criteria, right, folks? In this show, again, just to give you context, to contextualize the conversation, I am talking to you about a massive business loan from Toro, EIN only, no personal guarantee, bad credit, fair credit, everybody is accepted, all industries are welcome, and maximum limit $725,000. Okay, so in terms of eligibility, let's first talk about how Toro works. Very simple. First, you apply online, you get fast approvals and same-day funding. So Toro will get back to you. You just have to talk to them about your business. You need to complete their short online application on your personal computer or smartphone. And the process is completely secure and confidential. You talk to them about your business, yourself, and you got to create a Toro account, though. You need to create a Toro account. And they also have something called Toro Quick Write. And so this is a proprietary funding system to speed the process and get you funded fast. And Toro, what will happen is once you submit the information, Toro syndicated investors will provide the capital your business needs. One thing that's very important is that there is a constellation of factors that Toro pays attention to. First of all, credit score. Now, credit score is not really that important. They pay more attention to your annual revenue, but credit score is important in the sense that they do have a minimum, and the minimum is 500. In some cases, in some states, it's 525. FICO, of course. Okay. They also might pay attention to your business's credit score. If the amount you're requesting is kind of high, let's say you are requesting $725,000, for example, that's their limit. So they have to actually maybe look at your Paydex score or your Experian score or your Intelli score, that kind of stuff. What they really pay attention to in deciding whether or not you're a good credit spectrum for them is your company's annual revenue. How much you making? Do you know right now? I'm asking you. Because if you don't know, Toro is going to ask you. Okay, $10,000 minimum is a great start. You want to have also an updated business plan that you will show to Toro. Okay, you want to lay out in that plan your company's vision, mission, the kind of projects you're working on, the products and services you're selling, that kind of stuff. And Toro, in some cases, might ask you for additional information, things like ID, your driver's license, any commercial leases that you have right now, business licenses and permits, personal and business tax returns, right? So they might ask for your 1040 or your 1065 or 1120, depending upon the legal setup your company has, whether it is LLC or S corp, C corp, or LP. They might ask you for your business insurance plans. They might ask for payroll records, incorporation documents in some cases, and so on and so forth. Let's talk about the use of loan proceeds. So, folks, if you just joined us, please allow me to remind you that I'm speaking to you today about a large, superb business loan from Toro, and the maximum loan amount is $725,000. No personal guarantee, EIN only, no doc business loan possible, and all kinds of industries are welcome. So that's what we're talking about here today. So with Toro, once you get the cash, you have a lot of stuff you can do, folks. That moolah, once you get your hands on that moolah, you can do a lot of stuff with it. You can expand your everyday operation, right? Because it's all about operational strengthening. It's all about making sure that you have a plethora of things that you do so that you can put your company on the right course, right? Take care of everyday operations, everything from payroll to rent to marketing. You are basically taking care of that with a loan from Toro. You can buy equipment or machinery. You can buy or lease, by the way. You can do tenants improvements if you are in that industry. Let's say you are a business owner and you are moving into a commercial space that's essentially a shell. Guess what? You'll most likely be responsible for paying for all or part of the build out. This is also known as tenant improvements or TIs. So, for example, this can include installing a new kitchen for a restaurant or offices for a law firm. You can buy inventory with a Toro loan. You can actually refinance debts. Let me ask you a question. Do you currently have debts? Does your business have existing debts? How much is it? Talk to me. Talk to me. How much is it? $1 million? $500,000? $250,000? 100,000? 50 grand? Are you looking for new debts to keep expanding? Or are you looking for a debt to refinance the existing debt? Probably they're just killing you with 5% right now or 10%, and you just want to refinance. Toro may help you with that. One thing for sure, though, you're going to have to disclose that while applying, okay? And make sure you can also use the money to start a franchise. You can acquire a business. Okay, you can you can use the money for startup costs, for example. You can expand an existing business, or you can use the money for strategic reasons. You can stay competitive. So you have all kinds of purposes that a Toro loan can help you achieve. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Sweetie Kiwi Show. How are you today? I hope you all doing fantastic. I'm doing marvelous. I'm still having a conversation with you about a massive business loan from Toro. EIN only, no personal guarantee, no doc business loan possible, bad credit, okay, all industries. Maximum loan amount, $725,000. Isn't that beautiful? That's beautiful. Now, what is the evidence needed? What kind of evidence is Toro expecting from you? First of all, you have to put the necessary information on the application form, right? So why are you applying for the loan? How would the loan proceeds be used? Please be forthcoming, be honest here, okay? What assets need to be purchased and who are your suppliers? What other business debt do you have and who are your creditors? Who are the members of your management team? So basically, Toro is just they're trying to understand a lot of stuff about your business, trying to familiarize themselves with your business. They might also ask you, depending upon the transaction, the loan you're asking, and the amount. They might want to know more about they might want you to send them the resumes of your management team, so they see if your team, if your leaders have the right business experience, particularly for loans that can be used to start a new business. They might also want to see a business plan, which is, now the thing about business plan is, I don't care if Toro asks for it or not. I would strongly suggest that you do it anyway, because the business plan is not just for the lender; it's also for you. Can you imagine? Actually, you just navigating you're navigating your business, and you have no GPS. Can you imagine? I mean, back in the days, we used to print. You remember back in the days, like 15 years ago, we used to print out the maps, and you just drive around, and you just have the map in your car, and God forbid if you just take the wrong exit, you just toast, right? Nowadays, you have a GPS. I want you to have a GPS also for your business, and a business plan provide that navigational expertise guidance that you need. Toro might ask you for income tax returns, both at the personal level and business level. They might also ask you for your financial statements, the four financial statements, right? Your balance sheet, your income statements, your statement of cash flows, and your statement of owner's equity. They might ask for bank statements. They might ask for accounts receivable and accounts payable schedules, all that kind of stuff. Let me talk to you now about applying. How do you apply for the loan? Again, folks, we are speaking about a gigantic business loan, no doc loan, EIN only from Toro. Maximum loan amount $725,000. All kinds of industries and credit profiles are welcome. You have the possibility of turning this loan a no doc business loan. So you can actually apply via email. You can fax over the documentation to them. You can fill out a form on the internet, or you can call them. The number is 1-866-858-2404. Let's just do this again. 1-866-858-2404. And you can see on the screen here. So when you go on the homepage, you have a www.gotoro.com. You have to click on. You can see on the screen. Do you see this? Are you with me? Okay, I think you are. So you want to click claim your funding now. And you need to choose whether you are a startup or existing business. Okay. In our case, we chose that we were an existing business. So you can see on the next screen here, we chose $500,000 for an existing business. So once you do this, just click on claim your funding now. On the next screen, you can see that they're asking for information about your business, right? So they ask for the desired amount. You can see that the desired amount is $500,000. It's already there. Business I already own. So because we chose an existing business, so it's business I already own. You put the name of the business, the zip code. You want to put the sector of the business, how long the business has been operating, 2 to 5 years in our case. I mean, this is completely fictitious though, okay? You have to put the first name and the last name of the owner or the person doing the application. You have to put the number, the phone number at work, and the phone number on your mobile, and how much money you're actually making every month. So here we put $10,000 to $25,000. That's the revenue per month. And you have to put your personal credit score. Okay, and you have to put your email and your password. And once you do this, you just click get funding now. If at any time you require help, just contact 1-866-858-2404. You can see this on top, to your right. Okay, and you click next. So once you actually click next, you will see that they say thank you for your submission, and they have a video. This is really interesting. They want you to watch a video. By the way, Toro, if you are listening right now, please improve the audio quality on that video. It's not good. The background music is dwarfing the narrator's voice. But other than that, great explanation. Okay, so they want you to watch the video. Basically, the video is saying that they will call you within 12 hours to move your application further. Then you and they can go over funding options and provide you a loan with the reasonable rates and flexible payback options. And you need to look out for their call because it might come from an unknown number. So that's fine. Or you can even call them. That's what it is. But this is pretty interesting. I mean, I've never seen this. After you apply, they want you to watch a video. Now, let me give you a few pro tips for you to actually get this massive EIN only business loan from Toro. We're speaking about $725,000 maximum limit. All kinds of industries and credit profiles are welcome. Bad credit, fair credit, you're in. Okay. And you can turn this loan a no-doc business loan if you want to. How do you actually succeed? I'm going to give you a few pro tips. First of all, you need to keep your documents in order. And I know I've said this before, but it is so quintessential that I'm going to keep repeating it until somebody tells me on national TV not to say this. I will keep saying this. You got to have your documents in order. I mean, it's just amazing how a lot of small business owners, they're just chasing the cash every single day. Sale, just want to make the sale. But what about the back office? What about what constitutes the foundation, the fulcrum of your business? Your paperwork, your business licenses, your tax returns, everything around your bookkeeping, your financial accounting. All those things are important because that will signal to a potential lender that you are a legit business. So please take care of that. You want to try to maintain good credit. If you have bad credit or fair credit right now, it's okay. Things happen. You can't really roll back the past. But now you can start making adjustments in your personal and business life to make sure that your business and your personal credit and your business credit are sort of on a good path. You want to demonstrate sufficient cash flow. One thing you need to understand is that if you don't qualify for a Toro loan, that's fine, because every lender is different and there are thousands of lenders out there. And you also need to determine if you qualify for Toro's business loan in the first place. Let me ask you a question. Big decision time. Do you qualify for Toro's business loan based on the criteria I've given you, based on the explanation I've been making so far? Do you qualify? Yes. If yes, why? I want you to write it down. Make a mental note about it. If you don't qualify, why? I want you to make a mental note about it or just write it down. So that when you contact Toro, if you decide to go ahead with this loan, with this massive business loan, at least you have a clear idea of why you should. Okay? All right, folks. This is it for today's conversation. I was just talking to you about a massive business loan from Toro and $725,000. So I gave you the loan facts. I gave you an overview, the loan facts. I gave a glimpse into this lender's operation, the eligibility criteria, the use of loan proceeds, the evidence needed, how to apply, and I gave you a few pro tips. Thank you so much for your attention, folks. I really appreciate it. I'll see you next time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.